Hello dear students, very good morning to you all. Today is third class on dictionary. In the last class I taught you in operator. Before that we studied len function as well as we discussed about values method. Many topics I taught till today on dictionaries. In today's class I teach you very simple and important topic, dictionary as a collection of counters. First of all, we need to know what is counter. Sum equals to sum plus some value, c equals to c plus 1, I equals to I plus 1. To the previous variable, some more things will be added. That is what we call counter usually. Suppose we have a string. One good example is given by the author Ellen B. Downey in the book. That one I share with you. You may get a question on it in main exam. Suppose we have a string. We want to count how many times each character appears in it. Now we use dictionary to solve it. See the example. Now we have one string mechanical. We have a string mechanical. We want to count how many times each character appears in it. M appears how many times in the given string? Once. E appears how many times? Once. C is present in the word mechanical how many times? Twice, here as well as there. H is for once. A is for 2 times, here and there. N is for 1 time. I is for 1 time. L is for 1 time. This Python program you have to write. Which program? We have one string. We want to count how many times each character will appear in it. You can solve it without using dictionary by using other techniques also. But we are solving it by using dictionary now. First what we do you know? We create one function. We create one function named histogram. It takes the string. S is nothing but a string variable. Why they named this function as a histogram? This is the reason. What is the dictionary meaning of the word histogram, or statistical meaning of the word histogram is that collection of counters or frequencies. How many times something is appearing in other one? You need to count it. That is what we call histogram. The name histogram is a statistical term for a collection of counters or frequencies. That's why author has used the function name as histogram. It is not compulsory that you need to use histogram only. You can give other name also for the function. How it works? Here I am calling histogram. Come here. Take the word, count individual character and print it. Okay, then how to do it? Very simple thing we do here. This is a function. It returns D. It returns D means it returns one dictionary. In that dictionary we will have M appears how many times, E appears how many times, C appears how many times. Means each character is acting like a key, count is acting like a value. Whatever you count, that becomes a value. Each character becomes a key. Return D. D is a dictionary. Means one dictionary we get back, that will be transmitted to H. That only we are printing. This H dictionary will have count of each character. That function you have to write. Then how to write it? It's very easy. Def function name is histogram. It takes one string. We create one empty dictionary. Already in my last class I taught you dict, DICT built-in function. It creates one empty dictionary. Just opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket. In that dictionary what I do? I add characters. For C in S, what is S? S is a string, mechanical. C is a character. From mechanical, M will be taken. E, C, H, A, N, I, C, A, L. Character by character we take. First we take M. We check whether M is there or no in the dictionary. C not in dictionary. Yes, it is not there in the dictionary because it is empty. If it is not there, I add M. D of M. M is a key. How many times? Once. If it is not there, once. Now M is added with 1. Else will not work if it is true. Okay. Then again E. E is there? No, only M we added. E is there? No, we add with 1. Next C is there? No, we add with 1. H is there? No, we add with n. A is there? No, we add with 1. N is there? No, we add with 1. I is there? No, we add with 1. C is there? Yes. S means C here. D of C equals to already existed value plus 1. Means C becomes 2. C becomes 2. Next. A is there? Yeah. A becomes 2. L is there? No. It becomes 1. Like this, what happens? Dictionary is updated. Very easy program. Nothing is there in it. Just we create one empty dictionary. We extract character by character from the string. We check whether is it there or no in the dictionary. If it is not there, we add with 1. If it is there, we add one more 1 to the value. Return D. Now D is having the answer. D is transmitted to H. Print H. We got the result. It is very easy program. You may get such questions in VTU main exam. I hope everyone has understood. Next topic. The get method. Get is one method available in Python. You can use it with a dictionary. What is the use of it? As the name itself tells us that it helps us to get the value from a dictionary by using a key. Means I give the key, I get the value. A is the key for apple. B is the key for ball. C is the key for cat. Now I know key A. A is assigned to which key? Apple. B is assigned to which one? Ball. C is for cat. D is for dog. F is for fish. That is what the use of get method. It helps to get the value from a dictionary by using a key. Dictionary.key. How to make the use of it? Dictionary.key. Sorry, I have written wrong. Dictionary.get. Okay. Dictionary.get. Then which key you are searching? Then what is the default value? If that key is present in the dictionary, we get the value assigned to that key. If not there, what happens? This default value we get. This is typed by programmer. If the key is present in the dictionary, we get the value. If it is not there, whatever you type here, that one we get. For example, B key is there in this dictionary. Yeah, means we get ball. Not there, then not found we get. D is there? No. No means not found we get. See simple example. Alphabet is the name of dictionary. A for apple, B for ball, C for cat. I am searching B. I want to get the value assigned to B. Alphabet.get B. Yes, ball. D. No, not found. This method you can use to solve complex problems related to dictionaries. I hope everyone has understood. Very good, and keep it up. Next, see one more example. Next topic is looping and dictionaries. Looping and dictionaries. We use a dictionary in a for loop also. If you use the dictionary in a for loop, then the keys of dictionary will be traversed. If you make the use of dictionary in for loop, we are moving through keys. You can access the keys and you can do some other task. See example. Dictionary has a collection of counters. Just only I explained you. Histogram function. Histogram function will take one string. Empty string is created. Then if that first character we take, if it is not in the dictionary, we add with one frequency. Otherwise, if it is there, we add one more to that one. Like that, we find how many times each character appears in that string. That is what the histogram. Okay, no problem. Looping a dictionary, see here what happens. I am writing my own function called print hist. Print hist is the function name. It will take one dictionary as input. H. What is H? H is having how many times individual character appears. Just only I told you. What H will have? H will have M appears how many times, E appears how many times. This is what the H dictionary. Okay, I hope you have remembered. That dictionary I am passing here. What happens? Just only I told you that for loop will get the keys. First we take M. It will print M. C means M. H of C means value. M is for how many times? 1 times. E is for how many times? 1 times. C is for all. Means I am trying to access the contents of dictionary with help of for, with help of key. Key is printed here. Value at key. This is a key character. This is value add key. This is what the looping and dictionary is. I hope you understood. First I pass mechanical to histogram, because of which D dictionary is created, that is transmitted to H. That H I pass to print histogram. Then I process the dictionary by using for. Print histogram means I am getting that output and this output, both are same. But here new thing you learned is that in for loop also you can use dictionary to traverse through the keys. I hope you have understood. If not, please watch the video again. You understand. Thank you. In the next video I explain you reverse lookup. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care.